There is no doubt that one of the reasons why José Mourinho is such a successful manager is that he has always tried to make his defensive line strong, which has helped him a lot in using his favorite style of play based on counter-attacks. But the 2004-2005 season was a season we can't forget, because he created the strongest defense in Premier League history, conceding just 15 goals over the entire season, an average of 1 goal every 3 games, and won 25 games without conceding a goal. He has 25 clean sheets in 38 games, which helped them win the Premier League title for the first time in their history and become champions of England after an absence of 50 years. And what makes this season even more interesting is that it was José Mourinho's first year at Chelsea. And he confirmed his statement at the press conference when he said, "I'm a special one." And he was certainly special, because at the time he arrived, there was only Man United and Arsenal competing with each other, and the others were weak or suffering. And Arsenal had just won the Premier League without losing a single game, which is better known as the Invincible. And we have already made a video about it. At that time, Abramovich had just bought Chelsea, so he started spending crazy amounts of money and appointed José Mourinho as a coach, who had just won the Champions League, the Europa League and other titles with Porto. But when he arrived, he had to make some changes to the team and reinforce his defensive line, bringing with him the defenders who had helped him win titles at Porto and whom he knew well. So he signed Ricardo Carvalho and Paulo Ferreira, but the most important signing was the legend Peter Cech, who was playing for Stade Rennes and nobody knows him, although he was doing great. I mean, he was playing for an average club at the time and was getting 13-14 clean sheets every season. And to make the team more balanced, he also signed Drogba, Robben and other players. But since we are talking about defense, there is no need to mention the rest. So the season started and he used the same players on defense for almost the whole season to harmonize with each other. As Peter Cech played 35 games, John Terry 36 games, Carvalho 25, Ferreira 29 and William Gallas 28 games, which means all of them had to give their best in all matches. For example, the 36 games John Terry played, he played the full 90 minutes, and the remaining 2 games he missed them when they secured the title, and they conceded 2 goals in them. Of course, not only John Terry, who was amazing, but also the rest. For example, next to him, the left back Gallas, who can also play as a center back, which means he's more powerful in defense than in attack. And in front of them, there is Claude Makelele as a defensive midfielder, who had one of the best seasons of his career, playing 36 games, 90 minutes in every match. And what helped Mourinho more is the formation he played with compared to his competitors, as the majority were playing with 4-4-2. He also started with the same formation, but he quickly changed it to 4-3-3, which is something new in the Premier League. And all opponents rely on long balls and try to win the second ball in the midfield. But now they can't do that because of the way Chelsea played, as they had one more player in the midfield, which made them control the rhythm of the games as they wanted. And with the power of John Terry and Carvalho on aerial ball control, the long balls don't cause any problems for Chelsea anymore. Especially with Peter Cech behind him, who of course is amazing in controlling the ball in the air. And in addition to good players and good formation, you have José Mourinho, who is amazing at motivating the players and making them die for him on the pitch. All this helped them win the title in game week 36, and the next game was against Man United. And they received a pre-match guard of honor at Old Trafford, which was something extraordinary at that time. And of course, all the players were rewarded for their efforts. Peter Cech, who kept 24 clean sheets and conceded just 13 goals, because he didn't play the last 3 games, won the Premier League Golden Glove. John Terry won the PFA Player of the Year award, becoming the 5th defender in history to do so, while Lampard won Premier League Player of the Season, and of course José Mourinho won Premier League Manager of the Season. And they deserved everything they won, because they almost repeated what Arsenal had done the season before, just after a year. I mean, winning the Premier League and not being defeated, because they only lost 1 game against Man City, by a goal scored by Nicola Anelka, who later joined Chelsea. And at that time it was the beginning of fantasy, so all the managers put Chelsea defenders in their team, because they already knew they would get a clean sheet. Especially John Terry, who played the most games and brought them 196 points, which is something crazy for a defender, while Peter Cech got 178 points. To conclude what Chelsea did in Premier League in the 2004-2005 season, here are some records they achieved. lowest number of goals conceded in a season, lowest number of away goals conceded, highest number of clean sheets, lowest number of shots on target conceded, highest number of wins, and highest number of away wins in a season. To this day, Chelsea still hold the majority of these records. So of course this remains one of the best seasons that Chelsea had in their history, even they achieved a lot. Not only having defense records, but also had the best second attacks, as they scored 72 goals, and won the title 12 points ahead of Arsenal, who were invincible just a year before, and 18 points ahead of Man United.